Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Watch my video and subscribe my channel. Liam Spencer prepares for war as Thomas Forrester returns to hope Logan's life. The bold and beautiful spoilers suggest that Thomas Forrester's homecoming in September sparks an intense battle with Liam Spencer over Hope Logan. Past betrayals drive the present fight. Explosive September showdown. Thomas Forrester's return starts war with Liam Spencer. The rivalry that destroyed marriages is about to explode again. Just as Liam Spencer thought he could finally breathe easy, the universe delivers this bombshell to him. Thomas Forrester is returning to Los Angeles in September, and soap fans, trust me, this will not be a friendly reunion. We're talking about the man who kept baby Beth secret. The man who had a connection with a mannequin that resembled Hope Logan. The man who ended Liam's marriage. And now, he's coming back. Old wounds, fresh hell. Let us not pretend we don't remember what Thomas did. The baby Beth plot alone should have resulted in his permanent exclusion from Los Angeles. Reese Buckingham took Hope and Liam's newborn daughter, convinced them she was dead, and sold her to Steffi Forrester. But here's the kicker, Thomas knew. He knew little Phoebe was actually Beth Spencer, so he kept his lips shut. Why? Because a heartbroken Hope was more easily manipulated. The man basically witnessed Hope and Liam experience the worst loss possible and said nothing. Nothing. But wait, there's more drama to unpack. Remember the mannequin saga? Oh, you've blocked it out? Allow me to refresh your memory. Thomas became so captivated with Hope that he began conducting lengthy conversations with a mannequin that looked just like her. Full conversations. We're not talking about a brief glance at a store display. This man treated the doll like she was his lover. And somehow Hope ended up kissing him in Rome, destroying her marriage to Liam. Liam's new mission: protect everyone. This is when things become extremely fascinating. Liam recently survived what he thought was a deadly brain tumor, until surprise! Dr. Grace Buckingham concocted the entire fraud to extract money from Bill Spencer. After confronting his own mortality, Liam has a fresh lease on life, and he is determined to spend it protecting those he cares about. Guess who's on top of the list? Hope. The timing could not be worse. Hope's relationship with Carter Walton is reportedly in disarray after she discovered him dating Daphne Rose. Her fashion company Hope for the Future is withering without Thomas's design genius. She relies on him professionally, but Liam would rather watch the company burn than let Thomas near Hope again. Nobody is talking about the Paris Buckingham bomb. Can we talk about the elephant in the room? Thomas left town after becoming engaged to Paris Buckingham. Yes, that Buckingham family. Her father, Reese, stole baby Beth. Her mother, Grace, fabricated Liam's brain tumor. If Thomas marries Paris, he is essentially aligning himself with the family that attempted to destroy Liam's entire existence. Talk about pouring fuel to an already blazing inferno. What's really going to happen? Actor Matthew Atkinson hinted that Thomas has experienced one particular very large change that would surprise everyone. My theory? He will either return married to Paris or unmarried and ready to win Hope back. In either case, Liam will not be able to manage this well. And let's be honest, does Liam truly want to protect Hope, or does he want her back? The man has been encouraging her to be happy with other men, which we all know is code for, I'm still in love with you, but trying to be noble about it. The million-dollar questions. Will Hope choose her faltering fashion line over Liam's warning? Can Thomas truly have changed? Is Liam's protective mission nothing more than a cover for jealousy? And, most crucially, who will throw the first punch? Steffi's wild card status. Don't forget Steffi Forrester in all this. She is Thomas's sister, Liam's ex-wife, and Hope's longtime nemesis. Where will her allegiance lie? My money is on her taking all sides to defend her own interests. Steffi's style is classic. The storm is coming. September can't arrive fast enough. This rivalry has it all. Treachery, obsession, stolen infants, false brain cancers, mannequin romances, and enough baggage to fill a cargo plane. Thomas and Liam have been circling each other for years, and with Hope once again caught in the middle, this showdown will be explosive. Will Hope eventually tell both men to take a hike? Will Thomas revert to his obsessive behavior? Will Liam go into full caveman protective mode? One thing is certain. When these two titans collide, nobody in Los Angeles will be spared. And honestly, after a rather peaceful summer, we need this drama. Mark your calendars, soap aficionados. September is going to be legendary. Sheila sabotages Will and Electra's first date. Romantic night ends in disaster? According to the bold and the beautiful teasers, Sheila Sharp may try to ruin Will Spencer and Electra Forrester's first date. Will Sheila's sly activities ruin this beautiful night? Now that Sheila knows Luna Nozawa is awake and out of her coma, she is eager to fulfill all of her granddaughter's wishes. Sheila appears to be so pleased with Luna's survival that she is willing to ignore all of the unlawful activities that brought up to this point. With that in mind, Sheila may decide to help Luna fulfill her dream of marrying Will. Of course, Sheila overcame her own criminal sins to find her Prince Charming in the person of Deacon Sharp. It's understandable that Sheila would want the same thing for Luna. Therefore, she may decide to assist her in achieving it. After all, Sheila's comment about dreams coming true had to have been for a cause. Luna remembered Sheila's commitment while thinking about Will in BNB's August 12th episode, indicating that danger is developing here. Before the week of August 11th to 15th ends, Sheila will eavesdrop on a celebration held in Will's honor. It will take place at Il Giardino, which could provide Sheila with another opportunity to lurk and listen. Meanwhile, Electra plans to finally hit the sheets with Will for the first time. Will has been extremely patient with Electra, who will be ready to take this enormous step with him and secure the next phase of their relationship. Sheila may easily overhear a chat about that as well. Sheila is likely to take matters into her own hands, possibly sabotaging Electra's special evening with Will. Luna is still healing and can't be seen about town because Lee Finnegan faked her death. Sheila may have to take the initiative on this if she wants Will to stop falling deeper for Electra. It could be Sheila's method of holding the door open for Luna to get her independence and become Will's girlfriend instead. According to the bold and the beautiful teasers, Sheila will make some startling movements in the next episodes. So stay tuned for updates on any potentially worrying news. Taylor has questions. Does Ridge have answers? The bold and the beautiful spoilers for Thursday, August 14th, 2025, highlight Taylor's stressful day as she deals with some huge news from Ridge. The bold and the beautiful spoiler, Taylor's bad day. Taylor Hayes should have expected something to happen in Italy with Brooke Logan and Ridge Forrester. Taylor must face the fact that Ridge and Brooke had a very close encounter that might affect everything. She could even want to remove that ring off her finger. When Taylor queries Ridge about the incident, he is unsure what to answer. But Kay Logan has plenty to say. She stops by the Forrester mansion to torment Taylor in her typical passive-aggressive manner. It's cool girl time, but will Taylor simply kick her out because she's had enough? Katie enjoys sticking her nose where it doesn't belong, but Taylor may be ready for this to be over. Read this. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Is Thomas and Hope's reunion on the way? Broken engagements bring exes back together? Electra is ready, but what about Luna? After all this time, Electra Forrester decides she is ready to take her relationship with Will Spencer to the next level. She had been waiting for the proper man, and now she had found him. They survived Luna Nozawa, and now they can be together forever. Maybe. In another area of town, Lee Finnegan and Sheila Carter celebrate Luna's awakening. Her two grandmothers are prepared to care for her and nurture her back to health. But has Luna truly changed for the better since her brush with death? Or is she still as insane as ever and ready to go after Will? Electra and Will may not want to rest comfortable so soon, as disaster is always lurking around the corner. But they'll be closer than ever shortly. Is Electra truly ready for this? Or is she only attempting to please Will? Liam Spencer is ready for war as Thomas Forrester returns to Hope Logan's life. The The rivalry that defined a decade reignites. The moment bold and beautiful fans have been waiting for, or dreading, has finally arrived. Thomas Forrester is returning to Los Angeles in September, and it won't be a casual visit. This is an all-out invasion, a declaration of war against the man who has stood in his way for years. Liam Spencer. Thomas and Liam have been embroiled in a savage war over Hope Logan for years, destroying marriages, shattering trust, and leaving emotional scars that have never fully healed. And now that Thomas is back in the scene, every betrayal, deceit, and twisted scheme is about to be revealed. Why Liam Spencer will never forgive Thomas Forrester. Let us go back to Liam's most terrible sin, the baby Beth cover-up. When Reese Buckingham abducted Hope and Liam's newborn daughter, pretended she died, and sold her to Steffi Forrester, Thomas was fully aware of the situation. He saw Hope dissolve in anguish, Liam's world fall, and instead of doing the right thing, he used Hope's pain to manipulate her. He led her to believe her child had died. He pushed her to rely on him while she was vulnerable. He lied to everyone, including his own sister Steffi, who was mistakenly raising Beth as Phoebe. And when did the truth ultimately come out? Thomas had yet to confront the full range of consequences. He went to treatment and claimed to be changed, but his infatuation with Hope never really went away. Thomas's return poses a new threat to Hope and Liam's marriage. Now Thomas has returned, and if history is any indication, he is not coming back to play nice. Hope and Liam have been rebuilding their lives together, focusing on their family. Liam had been largely free of Thomas's manipulations until now. Thomas has had time to stew in his fixation, and if previous behavior forecasts future acts, he will not stop battling for Hope. Liam's worst nightmare, vulnerable Hope. What is the most serious danger? Hope still feels sympathy for Thomas. She's always had a soft place for him and believes in his salvation. She is the one who gave him opportunities when no one else would. Will Hope believe Thomas if he plays the "I've changed" card again? Liam will not stand for it. He's been burned too many times, and this time he's Thomas, who returns with unexpected shakeups and serious couple drama. Fans of the bold and the beautiful, we have some very significant news. I'm excited to report that Matthew Atkinson will return to B&B in September. Thomas Forrester will return to Los Angeles. He will return to our screens, in case you haven't heard. Some things, including prospective relationship swaps, will likely change once he returns. Matthew Atkinson returns to the role of Thomas Forrester in Bold and the Beautiful. We will talk about any serious marriage interruptions that could occur. Thomas's homecoming and other recent events could set these off. Okay, that's excellent news. It's confirmed. It's Matthew Atkinson again. As Thomas Forrester, he is now filming for Bold and the Beautiful. Here are some photos of him playing cornhole at the new location where B&B is now filming. Matt Atkinson will be back on broadcast in 3 to 5 weeks, now that he has resumed filming. So, September will certainly arrive. The fans are happy. I am sure I am ecstatic. B&B spoilers. Will Thomas Forrester make a quick or long comeback? Matt Atkinson's character's reappearance has two conceivable outcomes, short-term or long-term. Let's talk about those potential outcomes. To be honest, the worst-case scenario is that Thomas and Paris Buckingham return just in time for their wedding at the Forrester mansion. The departure is official after Thomas and Paris leave LA once more. I don't trust Brad Bell just because they're making such a big deal out of his homecoming. That is all I will say. They brought Darren Brooks back for closure, tied the knot neatly, and then wrote him off. As you recall, Wyatt Spencer was brought back for closure long enough to hand over the keys to the beach house and say, "Oh, I'm off to live my best life outside of LA." History of Bold and the Beautiful. Fans worried about Thomas Forrester's destiny. Fans have been waiting for Thomas to return, so it would be a shame if Matt Atkinson takes his place. The best-case scenario is that Matt Atkinson stays with the team and returns to his contract as Thomas. If this is the case, several characters will undergo considerable alterations. There's no doubt. I hope Thomas's return thoroughly surprises Logan. Diamond White, by the way, has not stated that she will be returning. She has other projects going on. That's not to say she won't return for a couple more episodes to marry Thomas before leaving. By the way, Diamond White is working on further projects in the future. Beautiful and brave, Thomas Forrester. The BNB Love mix features Paris Buckingham, Hope Logan, and Carter Walton. Hope's life has changed dramatically while Thomas has been away. Hope and Carter Walton are engaged. She and Liam Spencer are on an emotional roller coaster. Remember that Thomas is engaged to Paris Buckingham, Grace's daughter as far as we know. Thus, Douglas Forrester, Hope Logan's child, will have a step-grandmother in the shape of the deranged doctor who duped Liam Spencer. Is Henry Joseph Samry resuming his role as Douglas Forrester? Furthermore, there is no proof of that. We're going to see father and son, I believe. Unless Thomas is simply returning to say, pick up Taylor Hayes, his mom. Taylor is upset after being dumped by Ridge Forrester, and Thomas and Taylor leave town again. Will Thomas Forrester stay in Los Angeles or move away? With a little finality, that might be an in-and-out situation. All of the things Brad Bell could be doing to us need to be explored. Another negative possibility is that this is a transient fad rather than a long-term trend. Thomas would surely want to thank Liam Spencer for saving his sister, Steffi Forrester's life. I'm curious if we'll discover anything about Paris's thoughts on her mother Grace's conduct. Logan might receive a thrill when Thomas returns. If Thomas stays, she may feel the same way she did previously. Is the love triangle between Thomas, Hope, and Carter becoming more intense on Bold and the Beautiful? As you recall, Thomas was the one who broke up with Hope after she turned down his proposal. As a result, even if they've only been dating for 5 minutes, he might be surprised to discover a ring on Carter's finger. I believe Hope sincerely loved Thomas. If Hope could, I think she'd still be with Thomas today. If he hadn't left town, he would have returned with Paris right away. As you recall, Hope Logan tried to persuade him to end his relationship with Paris Buckingham and reconcile. I would be surprised if Hope Logan did not have strong feelings about Thomas's homecoming. Carter should be concerned about this, especially if Paris and Thomas do not return. BNB predictions. Will Thomas Forrester and Hope Logan reunite? Hope might want to be with Thomas again if he returns unmarried. Says that his engagement to Paris has ended and wishes to stay in Los Angeles. Perhaps she'll be drawn right back in. A couple's upheaval could lead to another one. Daphne Rose, who has re-entered the race, may win Carter over. All of this is happening at an extremely interesting time. I even pictured Thomas and Daphne conspiring to divide Carter and Hope. On Bold and the Beautiful, I would be quite interested in seeing a scheme like that. Ivy Forrester, Carter Walton, and Daphne Rose create a stir. We all know that Thomas can be a horrible boy at times. I could see him planning with Daphne if he returns for Hope. Daphne and his sister Steffi are close friends, so Thomas should know her. It would be really sensible. As you recall, Steffi urged Daphne Rose to come and separate Carter and Hope, which is why she first went to Los Angeles. Thus, Thomas and Daphne Rose could be conspiring this time. Daphne and Carter are attracted to one another. It appears that Hope still has feelings for Thomas. Furthermore, many Thope shippers would be ecstatic to see Hope and Thomas together again. For ratings, it would be amazing. Ivy Forrester, Liam Spencer, and B&B's romantic twists. Bold and Beautiful. It goes without saying that Hope and Liam Spencer have grown close in recent days. However, Ivy Forrester is captivated with Liam and wishes to reunite. I am ready to bet that Ivy will soon see Liam and convey her thoughts to him. Naturally, Ivy will be surprised to learn that Grace was faking to have Liam's brain cancer, so that the spark between Liam and Ivy could be seen. Hope might lean toward Liam. However, I believe he may lean toward Ivy. She might be involved. It would be amusing to switch pairings 3 or 4 times now that Thomas has returned. Changes to BNB couples. Hope Carter, Liam, Ivy, and Daphne. Naturally, Hope and Carter remain engaged, at least for the time being. Do you think Thomas's homecoming will cause chaos in the lives of Hope, Liam, Carter, Ivy, and Daphne? While in Los Angeles, Thomas must cope with more than just reordering his romantic relationships. He must confront his father, Ridge Forrester, about ending his romance with Brooke Logan and thereby breaking his mother Taylor's heart again. Thomas will be angry at his father, Ridge Forrester. We are aware that Steffi will be tremendously distressed. Before Steffi returns, Thomas should be back in Los Angeles.